Okay, I've got a few things to do today. One is that the grand reveal of the new gardeny bits, well, the new garden look is pending. But while I'm doing that, I am, because most of it is done and it's just pebbles now, then I am doing some planting. So, yay! I need to put him in his crate because he's just a menace when someone's in the garden. He just wants to be involved, run off with things, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, this is what I've decided to do. Because I have got lots of planting to do to fill up my new border, that's my washing, then I'm going to use this actually to sort of, rather than sort of dig down and stuff, I actually thought, hold on a minute, most of these pots are sort of similar size to the ball planter. So I'm actually going to use the ball planter to help me sort of put it in and space it. Now, because I don't actually know what plants they are anymore, I don't know the height. It's like the disorganized gardener. Then I am. So this is the stuff I'm going to start. Some of the things that look more established are going to go in. I mean, one of them's nearly flowering actually, so yeah, I've got to get it in. But yeah, so I'm going to use this to help me, this ball planter, because I've put a few things in that the dog was running around with. I thought, oh god, I better just plant them now. And yes, so that's what I'm going to do. Just to say, I checked. I've got these, so I had these two roses. This is the plan. I've emptied these roses into that were in pots in the ground now, so they will be much happier and they will do much better. And I've also got my hydrangea to go as well. So I'm really happy about that, and that means I can concentrate on the stuff in pots that actually is going to do well in pots, or will do okay, rather than they were shrub roses, but they weren't really. I mean, I've still got a climber rose in a pot because I haven't actually got anything for it to climb against to get apart from the fence. I'll go over. So, I mean, it's in the biggest terracotta pot I could find. So it's pretty mega, but it just takes so much more care and attention, and I don't think it's really meant for a pot. I'm going to turn that round and tie it into that trellis at the back. It's a Gertrude Jekyll, and the roses were absolutely lovely. And it's next to a jasmine and a honeysuckle, and the honeysuckle's doing well, even though I think I need to keep that the base pot cold, is what I've read. So I'm going to have to think about how I do that. Might put some pots in front of it with other plants in. But I'm going to be a lot more careful about what I put in pots now because it is so high maintenance. I'm sort of going to try and have a look at what just more or less looks after itself without needing. I mean, roses in pots just need so much water that it's not necessarily the best. But back to this, I need to turn this around and then tie it into that trellis. It's very spiky. That's what I don't like about it. It's probably the spikiest rose that I've got. So yeah, I'll have to see how that goes. But that's what I'm going to do, and then get on with some other planting. It's another glorious day. I don't think the weather's as nice tomorrow, so when it's a nice day, get out in the garden. And then finally, I've got some dahlias to do, and I've had a bit of a drama with dahlias. So number one, I had 3 dahlias that I put in pots, and it was a warm night, so I left them out because I bring them outside in the day from the conservatory. And so I had 3 of them in pots, and one of them had been emptied, and I assume a squirrel had enjoyed my dahlia bulb tuber. So a bit annoyed about that. Then I had one coming from Sarah Raven website, and Every said they delivered it, and I looked at the proof of delivery and have absolutely no idea where it was. It's not my port. It's not. In fact, it was just on some concrete by someone's feet. So, and my drive isn't even concrete, it's like block paving. And it said it was delivered to the porch, and it definitely wasn't a photo of a porch. So, so that's a number 2 dahlia gone missing. But I have got 2 that came yesterday that I need to pot on. I sort of went a bit dahlia crazy, even though I just can't be bothered with the snail wars. So we'll have to see how this pans out. I just really like the look of them, and I really like the single flower dahlias rather than sort of the honeycomb ones. So and they're good for pollinators. But I'm going to do them, sort them out, and put them in this cold frame so they're out of the conservatory this cold frame greenhousey thing, this gets sun for a lot longer than the conservatory does. So that should be good. And then just a little note on my pots. I can't remember what these little ones are, but I'll look it up. But they're really pretty, and they're coming in now in my bulb lasagna that I was sort of reluctant to do, but ended up doing. But they're coming up and they're really pretty. And then obviously I've got tulips that are nearly on the way. My ranunculus, which aren't doing too well, which is a shame because they're pretty flowers, but actually I would say on this decking, it's not far off. I mean, I would maybe say it's 16, 17, and they go dormant at 20 degrees because it's such a sun trap. So, rose for my sister, that'll be going next weekend. So that's their Bring Me Sunshine climber. And I've got, because we were planting my David Austin roses in the ground, I got that stuff that they recommend. And I'll try and get a picture. It's some sort of like fungusy stuff or whatever. It's like granules that go in the hole that you're planting it in and helps the roots establish. So it said that one packet does 3 roses. So I've saved a third of that to take. Hellebores, they're doing all right. Ooh, nice. I wish I'd actually put something like a trailer or something around that, like ivy. And then I've got this one. I just must have thrown some pansy viola things in here. I can't remember. I don't actually know what this is. I wonder if this is a ranunculus that I've just whacked that's ended up in here for some reason. However, such is the joy of my haphazard gardening, stroke semi-ADHD gardening. Then this looks nice. And similarly, my bulb lasagna coming up here. It's interesting how the flowering differs depending on where things are on the decking and stuff. But yeah, what I was going to say there about this is the Elizabeth Rose and this is the Bring Me Sunshine shrub. So both shrubs. Because I checked which one is better in full sun and which one can do with a little shade. And this one obviously does get the sun. It's in sun now, which is great because I was a bit worried about how much sun it would get. But it does better it tolerates shade better than this one. So it's all coming together a little bit, isn't it? Apart from this dope. This is why I went for big cobbles, because I didn't want him nicking the pebbles. I'm a bit worried about it. But we had to get some little ones as well, just to fill in the gaps. Anyway, we've only got the stones to do, and I've got my planting to do. So it's the stones to finish, and a hydrangea to put in the ground, and then it's done. And I will tidy up the kids' toys out of the way. I've got to do my planting while my husband's doing the hydrangea and the stones. I will tidy my kids' toys away, and I'll do the grand reveal. Woo! Yeah, so the theory is get the bulb planter, make a hole. There you go. About the right size. Come on, little thing. Scrunch this up a bit. Little bit root bound. Put it in. Firm it up. There we go. Hopefully that's going to make my life a bit easier with all this stuff. Fingers crossed. Yeah, so that worked quite well, I think. But now I've got this lavender that's going to go in. So the only issue is when I dig down in here, I do hit a lot of worms, which I feel really bad about. But yeah, well, the bulb planter didn't actually, but maybe there isn't that many to that side. Anyway, let's get this lavender in, and hopefully again it will be a bit happier in the ground than it is in a pot. I've decided on a very sophisticated method of a wooden spoon, pushing them out like that and popping them out, and then I use the bulb planter to pop them in. So I have no idea what this is, but let's stick it in the ground, give it a water, see how it goes. Right, I'm just finishing off the last job. It was quite hard work, that, obviously. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give myself a target of putting about 5 little plants in the ground or in the borders sort of each day or every other day. So I've got these 2 dahlias to do of my dahlia dramas. So it's this one, Totally Tangerine, and then this one I really like, Flora Elite. Just got them from Amazon. Anyway, so I am putting them in here, and they'll go in the cold frame. We'll see how they get on. But yeah, so I'm finishing that, and then it's a bit annoying actually because the sun has gone in, so half of the sort of garden is in a bit of shade now. But I shall show you anyway what we've got up to, and yeah, we'll see how my new border grows. I was just tidying up, and I think I found my dahlia on the decking. That's as it is. Anyway, obviously it doesn't look too good. It looks like it's been torn to pieces, but I'm just going to stick it in the pot and see. And in the interest of science, see what happens with when all the tubers have been like separated out into these little things. Let's see. Ta-da! The cat's gone in, so I shortly need to intervene between the cat and the dog. It's not great, sorry, that the sun's is taken as the sun's till the sun's gone in, but I will try and get some more tomorrow. But yeah, I think we haven't done too badly, like compared to what we were trying to realise. So, stones, border, bed, stepping stones. The stepping stones need to be finished actually. So they actually need to be, but we just wanted to get the border finished, or I did, so I could start planting, and then my husband will pick that up another weekend. But yeah, so I started planting stuff. I have no idea how it's going to go. Maybe it was a bit bigger than I can deal with as a beginner gardener. I mean, I don't know if those plants are going to survive, but that's the fun, I guess. So yeah, and I also don't know what they are, so I just sort of space them out. We'll see how they go. And like I say, I'm going to try and do my sort of 5 plants a day or something, because yeah, it's all right. Pain, peony, peeping out, allium or a weed. We'll find out. Calendula? Again, don't know. Lost the label. Naughty cat. So yeah. And then the hydrangea is finally in the ground. Ta-da! So I've actually got the 2 roses and the hydrangea out. So I feel bad now. Well, I don't feel. Why do I feel bad all the time? I've got the pots. So I wonder if I can find something drought tolerant that isn't too high maintenance in pots to go in there. Make it, because it does feel like, my mum was like, you can be, it feels like you're in Spain when you're on your decking. So there we go. But yeah, really pleased with it, and I just hope now I just hope that yeah, I just hope that it all comes into bloom in summer and it was all worth it. Anyway, we'll find out, won't we? But I mean, I'm much happier than what it looked like before. So let's swoop around. Ta-da! I think it looks pretty decent. So yeah, when the flowers are out, looking forward to it.